Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. If you're looking for a deck that is both beginner-friendly and powerful, then Blue Eyes White Dragon is one of the best places to start. The Blue Eyes archetype is built around summoning high-attack monsters quickly and overwhelming your opponent with their sheer power. Unlike many of the more complicated combo decks that we see these days, Blue Eyes focuses on big monsters, simple plays, and straightforward win condition. If you're wondering why to play Blue Eyes, it's simple. It's easy to learn. You don't need to learn those 10-step combos to win. Most of your plays revolve around summoning a big dragon and protecting it, much like Kaiba did. It gets a ton of free support because in Duel Links, we get a ton of Blue Eyes cards given out through events, structure decks, and tickets, as well as staples. The deck is very flexible. It works well both in casual play and ranked, and you can upgrade it as you collect gems and more tickets through your time playing. Also, who doesn't want to play Seto Kaiba's legendary ace monster? If you're wondering what the game plan for your Blue Eyes deck is, it's pretty simple. You're going to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon with cards like White Stone of the Ancients or Cosmo Brain to cheat it out more quickly. You're going to bring out your support cards like Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon or Azure Eyes Silver Dragon to protect your field. Then you're going to control the duel by using your high attack monsters to dominate, while your Synchro NXT's monsters lock down the enemy plays. Also, you're going to be able to finish games really quickly because of the raw damage output. If you're trying to figure out where to start with your skills, which are unique to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, the first one would definitely be Ultimate Dragons. It gives you access to Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, a strong contact fusion that can attack twice without actually having to unlock the card more than once. You can also use Alternative Evolution, which is only available to Kaiba in the Dark-Sided Dimensions. That lets you summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, which destroys the opponent's monsters without ever having to attack. Personally, I think that Blue Eyes is perfect for new or returning players because it's easy to pilot, it feels rewarding, and it stays playable with every update. You'll learn the basics of Duel Links mechanics while still playing one of the most iconic decks in the game. As you can see here, I actually have a beginner Blue Eyes deck for you to take a look at. Now, most of these cards are from structure decks, events, or easily available packs, so it's actually very budget friendly, which can be a little difficult in Duel Links. Going over the deck, we have first our 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, of course, our main boss monster. We have 2 Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragons, which is an easy special summon by having a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then it destroys the opponent's monsters with its effect. We have 2 Dragon Spirit of Whites, which will banish opponent's back row on its summon and can tag out into the classic Blue Eyes White Dragon. We have 2 Sage with Eyes of Blue that can search for White Stone of the Ancients, which is going to be a massive power boost for us. From there, we have 1 Cosmo Brain. Now, this is a choice that I'm not always the most fond of. You could play a White Stone of Legend instead to give you a 3rd tuner to search with your Sage with Eyes of Blue, but I like the Cosmo Brain because we are playing so many big monsters. Cosmo Brain can quickly special summon out your Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck by tributing itself. Looking at the spells, we have 2 cards of Consonance for the additional consistency. By discarding our White Stone of the Ancients, we get to draw 2, and then in the end phase, we'll get to special summon either a Blue Eyes White Dragon or a Dragon Spirit of White, which is pretty awesome. Next up, we have Monster Reborn and Silver's Cry. Both of these cards are going to give us the ability to special summon back our monsters from the graveyard, meaning that even when our field gets broken, we are able to continue to play. And then you've got 2 copies of Bingo Machine Go, which is going to give us more access to all of these crazy cards that we need to get access to, namely our Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon when we already have a Blue Eyes in hand. For the trap cards, we have 2 copies of Karma Cut. Now, this could be almost any trap card that you can get access to. I personally feel like Karma Cut is very powerful right now, especially if you take this deck into ranked, because it can remove monsters both from the field as well as the monsters with the same name from the opponent's graveyard, which is really detrimental. Looking over the extra deck, this is something you build as you go, but we have 2 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, which isn't a big deal because you can't even summon it in this deck. 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, again, we can't even summon it right now, but this is all for stuff to be built on later, and you can change it so that way you can summon these iconic monsters. The only real extra deck monsters that we can summon are the Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, which does come in the Blue Eyes structure deck. I believe it's the EX deck. Let's take a look here. Blue Eyes Evolution EX, you can actually get it. You can also get it through the Friend Invitation campaign. Very easy to get. This is going to be one of your best monsters. It lets you attack twice, can also not be destroyed by battle, and can banish monsters that don't die in battle with it. So it's a big form of removal as well. Then you've got your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This is going to be made with either Sage or the Stone plus a level 8 monster. That is a Blue Eyes, of course. And then neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time, so that can stop those pesky pendulum effects. And then you can also tag it out into your Azure Eyes Silver Dragon to continue to protect your Blue Eyes, as well as revive him from the graveyard. Also added a Vermilion Dragon mech just for a little bit more removal, as well as a Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This could be Michael, it could be an Ancient Fairy Dragon if you have one, it can be pretty much anything. There's also a Hieratic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. This is just going to be another generic rank 8 way to remove cards from the field. But again, change the extra deck as you see fit. It's very flexible, and that is one of the coolest things about it. If you're wondering how to upgrade this deck as you go, like I mentioned, if you want to play Kaiba, the classic one in Duel Monsters, you can just use the Ultimate Dragon skill. That lets you contact fuse into Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Or you can use the alternative evolution skill, which is what I'm using in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions, where you can turn one of your Blue Eyes White Dragons into your Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon on the field, which is pretty cool. As you collect gems, here's how you improve. Phase 1, you're going to want to grab your free cards as well as your structure decks. You're going to want to build from a Blue Eyes Evolution structure deck and go on from there. You can focus on getting those Blue Eyes and those White Stone of the Ancients because those are some key ultra rares. Next, you're going to want to add some more Sages with Eyes of Blue for searching, as well as Bingo Machine Go, if you don't already have this whole deck ready to go for reliable card access. And then you're going to optimize the extra deck as you go. Pick up, those staple cards that I mentioned. Pick up Karma Cuts, Book of Moons, if you can get them Fiendish Chains. And there's a lot of options as well for tech, like Dictator of Dragons, as well as Effects Veiler, things like that. Tons of great cards are currently available in Duel Links. You want to start with this 20 card deck, keep it really simple, get used to summoning pattern, normal summon your Sage, search, add White Son of Ancients, and try to discard it with Cards of Constance, draw 2, summon a Blue Eyes in the end phase, and slowly add that consistency and staples as you go. But this is a really simple way to start off your journey in Duel Links. I hope this helps. Let me know down below what you're building, and let me know if you want to see a Battle Chronicle version of this deck as well. I would love to continue to show you all what I enjoy in this game. And until next time, have a great day.